Hello Stamper, welcome to French's video. I'm Frances Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And today it's kind of a rock and roll card. So I'm going to share how to do the foil guitar. It looked like electric guitar. I thought red was perfectly fine. And this is a record. Many of you will remember what they are. And some of you, if you're in the young generation, you will have no clue. That used to play music way in the past. So let's get started. First thing, let me give you the measurement. I used basic black for my card base that measure 5.5 by 8.5. Score at 4 1/4. The layer, the cherry cobbler, measure 4 by 5 1/4. This is the Frenzy foil or foil Frenzy specialty paper in the big catalog. Measure 3 3/4 by 5. And I thought that was the perfect match for this. Now let me show you how I done the guitar. So I'm using foil paper and you want to emboss on it first. I'm using, can you tell I'm looking for something here? Oh, it's right here. I'm using the stamping buddy, and this is very important on foil because it seems to catch everything, especially if you get lotion on your hand or it's humid. Foil paper tends to grab everything. So I use this the buddy. Now we're going to take our guitar, stamp with Versamark that I forgot. No, that's Versamark. I'm sorry. Basic black archival. I got it here. It's video day today, so one come on top of the other, it seemed like. Now we're gonna stamp that in archival black, and we don't have a black embossing powder. That's okay. If you use archival black, this is gonna work perfectly fine. Now we're gonna use the clear embossing. Tap, tap. This one I got it very good. The other one I had some spot because I think I had lotion on my hand. So be very careful if you get lotion on your hand or your hand it's kind of humid. Now we're going to emboss this. I should have warmed up my heat tool first. It would have been faster. Oh, it's going already. You can see that the black get all shiny when it's embossed. We're going to emboss this, and then we can color this with any color you want with the blends. So let me color that. Now really what you want to do is wipe, before we color, let's wipe that embossing that from the buddy off. Now you're going to take, I'm using cherry cobbler the dark. I like to color with the brush for this. And just go ahead, because the other one want to leave some lines. So you're just going to color this with the blends. Don't touch where you color right away. Let it dry. It don't take long. It's just that if you put your hand right away on it, it's going to get smear. So let me... So now you get a nice, I think it looked like an electric guitar. And I'm going to put maybe here. Et voila. So now that, oops, and I did the top too also. So now let me bring that to you closer. Voila, you get your perfect shiny guitar. I already cut one. And you see after it's not coming nowhere. The blends work perfectly with that. You can wipe as much as you want. It's not coming off. Now for the headphone, everything that I'm stamping, I'm using the Epic Celebration. That's a stamp set you can get for free. That's the only way you can get it during celebration. So the month of from January 3rd to the 31st of March, this is a stamp set you can choose for free. Now to cut the headphone, and I colored that with smoky slate, and cherry cobbler also with the blends. And this is the thick Whisper White cardstock. I find the thick Whisper White cardstock to color, it's much easier. So I just want, it's no framelits for this. So I'm going to show you how I cut the inside. I know many of you don't like the fussy cut. I hate to say it, but I love fussy cut. The trick to it, it's you just move the paper most of the time. You don't have to really move the scissors as it close and opening. It's the motion in the scissors. Now poke this here, make sure you don't have your hand in the back, and then cut the inside. So you see, I just go ahead and I move my paper more than I move my scissor itself. So this way I don't have those notch. And that's what the trick to it, not to have a clean cut, it's to move the paper and not the scissors as much. See? Voila, it is done. Okay, now that you get the jig of this, let's do the record. The record, I stamped the ears to an Epic Celebration. This one, it is 1 1/4 that you're going to punch that. Oh, you know what? We can use again the blends, and I'm using the brush again, and I'm just following the line here. I barely touch it. If you can see, I barely touch my paper. Just add that shadow, because really the stamp set, it's built that way. So I barely touch my paper to get that little color, that little line. It's just add a little bit. Okay, now that we get that, we use the 1 1/4 circle punch. We're gonna punch this. Now in the cherry cobbler, I pre-punched that with scrap. It's the 1 3/8. So we're gonna put that, and really I tried not to put it in the center, the glue. Well, I didn't pay attention. Oh, it's empty. That's why it was not going too good. Okay, do I have another? Well, I got snail here, and the black, it is 2 inch. Now to make it simple, what you can do, let me find a piece of paper here that I'm going to show you how to find your center. So I got a piece of Post-it note here, and you're gonna do your smaller circle, or you can do the bigger one, it doesn't matter. So now I'm gonna fold this in 2, and then fold this again in 2. And to find the center, that is the easiest way to find the center of a circle. Now you know your circle, the center, it's right here. So now that you know where the center is, you're going to take a hole punch. I get a tiny one. It's a 1/8 of a one. Yes, it's a 1/8. Now I can put that right where I had my dots there for my center, and boom, see, you get your easy record. Now for the record, really I need fast fuse, or I get glue dots. Just snail won't hold good on foil paper, so it's better off that you would put glue dots or put fast fuse. Now I get plenty of glue dots here. We're going to mount that. This one I'm going to put it straight. Oh no, I'm going to put it sideways a bit, like it's turning. Now for the guitar, I'm using the foam strip, and the reason why I'm using the foam strip, I love the length, the width of it, plus it's a little bit thicker also, because I wanted really that guitar to pop out. So it's just like dimensional, but it comes in the strip. Here it is. I think I got a bad chip in my camera, so that one's going to go in the trash. I noticed that it went black, my screen. So what I done, I put the dimensional on the back of my guitar, and also for the headphone, I just did the dimensional, the tiny dimensional. This is it for my rock and roll card. Hope that this inspires you to use this stamp set. And for all the Stampin' Up product, it's above in the high or below in the description. It's going to bring you right to my blog. Thank you so much and have a lovely day. Bye-bye for now.